Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Well, let's see. I th- I was trying to do something with the sound, um, and I hope you all can hear me. Let me know because you know how when you search something on Google and you do like a search and you what do you call it? You do a voice search. Well, I did that, and so I got kind of, you know, tired of all of the times I do that, and then Google speaks back to me. So I was trying to turn that off. So um, now I can't get any sound out of. Wait a minute, am I explaining that right? Anyway, um, oh Lord, I. Well, nobody's answered yet. I know we're on like what a 90-second delay, but if you're getting sound, let me know, and then I'll know how to proceed. But I hate when I adjust something like that and then I don't know if I adjusted the right thing. There is just so many ways to do those things, and you well, let me know. Let me know. Okay. Let me get my slides up. Okay. Okay. Marcia Ware says, I can hear you. Judy Matasich says, yes. Okay. So, still, there was no sound coming from that. But, okay. Well, I'll fix it later. No worries. I will fix it later. I, yeah, I get tired of that thing talking back to me. And no, I'm not cuckoo. It really was talking back to me. My Google was responding and I didn't want it to respond. Oh Lord, there's no way that I could say this so that I don't sound like I'm crazy. But listen, as Barbara Streisand said in the movie Nuts, I'm not nuts, and you can't make me nuts just because you say so. I know what it was doing. It was, it was talking back to me. Like if I say, who is Prince Harry's mother? Prince Harry's mother was Princess Diana. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I didn't want it to do that. So I was trying to silence that. And when I did that, I think I did something wrong. So anyway, you all don't care. I'll fix it. I'll take care of it myself. No worries. I'll make it right. Or maybe what I'll do is just switch everything back to the factory settings. Oh, wait, I see right here. Let me see. Always allow sound. Yes, done. Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, you know what? Let me test it. Let me test it. I think I just have to make sure that I turn stuff on. I think I turned everything off. So, note to self. All right, sorted. I fixed it. I got it now. Yes, I got it now. No worries, everybody. It's working just fine. Joan Garcia, thank you so much for the lovely gift. And I'm going to tell you right now, I watched it last night and it was funny. It was funny. The gang that couldn't shoot straight or wouldn't shoot straight, couldn't shoot straight. It was funny. I think it was from 1971. And of course, I love the old lady. She was funny. Um, and the thing with the lion, that was bizarre but funny. But yeah, it was very good. So thank you very much for that. I always say I don't watch enough movies. I'm always, consumed by other things, especially when it comes to Harry and Meghan. But fortunately, you gave me a gift to watch something or do something differently. And that's exactly what I did. And I enjoyed it. So thank you very much. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, I did. I loved it actually. It was really good. And what I really appreciated too is that it was the old fashioned curtain blowing, waves crashing love scene. You know how nowadays they just show you too much? Well, here they didn't. It was the old fashioned waves crashing against the shore, curtains blowing, Niagara Falls, that kind of thing. Yeah, they should make all movies like that. I think that the love scenes ought to be suggested. I watched that movie Red, White, and Royal Blue. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I thought the love scenes were a bit over the top. But and it was kind of one of those corny movies. But it yeah, I was surprised at the love scenes. I don't know why. I mean, if the opposite sex can do that, then surely two people of the same can have those love scenes. But either way, they all make me kind of, I don't know, it's just so unnecessary. If they spent more time working on the words in the script, than they spend time working on, getting someone in there to coach them. What do they call it? The intimacy coach. Do you guys know they have that now? They have what they call the intimacy coach. That is, of course, like with the as much as I love Bridgerton, I thought that was a bit over the top. You watch stuff like that, and you might want to watch it with your kids or with your parents or something like that. And then all of a sudden, everybody's drawers on the floor. I don't want to see all that. I know how that stuff works. So, yeah, it's just a bit much. I mean, at some point, uh, how did that song go? Birds do it, bees do it, even educated fleas do it. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Yeah, everybody's going to end up doing it, so you don't need all that graphic stuff. Okay, anyway, let's get to today's Royal Sussex. So, should Harry and Meghan delay their 2024 plans? I already know what you all are going to say, so I'm not even going to answer that question. Oh, you know what? I didn't even see who was first. Who was first? Fancy, fancy. Thank you so much for being first. All right, cool. Now let's see if we can get out of here in an hour, shall we? I say 1 hour should do it. Okay, directors just be getting off. Vonzola Adams says, yeah, it is free for them, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's too much. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed by it. In Spain, the best upper sets do it. Lithuanians and Leps do it. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. I love that song. I'm telling you, one of my favorite songs ever. Ella Fitzgerald, Let's Fall in Love. Great song. All right. Oh yeah, and also Prince Harry and Princess Meghan. I throw that in there because, well, I don't know why. When I say Princess Meghan, that just triggers people. They just I mean, they just get so triggered by that. She is a royal princess. She is every bit as much as the rest of them. She's a royal princess. Also, Doria Ragland. And of course, they're opening up Balmoral. It's very ghoulish, so people can see where the queen died. Yeah. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? This is why they don't let people go upstairs in Graceland. They don't want everybody like kissing the toilet, trying to, get as close to Elvis as possible. So yeah, you could imagine that if they opened up Graceland, there would be people going in the bathroom in Elvis' bedroom suite and kissing the toilet and crying and weeping and trying to tear off pieces of toilet paper. They said that the bedroom hasn't changed since the day they rolled Elvis out of there. Anyway, that is so morbid. Let's continue, shall we? So, right here it says, me first, Meghan is in a situation stickier than huckleberry jam. I suppose this person thinks themselves a clever writer. I don't know. But stickier than huckleberry jam, please. Um, well, anyway, let me just continue. Hold on a second. Okay, that works right there. And okay, I'll go with that one. All right, so Kate's tragic cancer news now means American Riviera orchard must wither on the vine, or else the Duchess risks looking like an unfeeling Viscountess of Venom. Oh my God. Is this lady's name Kennedy? I suppose Kennedy fancies herself clever, right? I think she fancies herself a quite clever writer. Somebody has been taking those remedial writing courses and watching one Shakespeare play too many, and now they fancy the Mystic Toxin. The wish list. I haven't. Oh, well, there we go. I don't know. I mean, I haven't done much to it as of late, but I'll try to add some things to it if you like. Let me see. Baron, they just had a Harry question on $100,000 pyramid. Wow, does that still come on? Okay. Islander Jen says Princess Meghan is merely reflecting the same energy that her sister-in-law has given her. Here, 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 here. I agree with that. Um, and on top of all of that, I mean, I don't want to be the person that says this too often, but it is true, and it still bothers me. But I'll just say it like this: the Sussexes have sacrificed a lot because of racism, because of jealousy. They've lost their families. They lost their birth families, and of course, the jealousy is actually on both sides. Meghan's family is jealous of her, right? And so they're cashing in. And then, of course, the other side of the family, they're jealous of them, right? And they are using them to elevate their profiles, right? They're using them to elevate their profiles. They want to lean on them so that they can seem bigger and taller. They have to have them as a stepping stone to get them where they want to be. It's ironic that once Harry and Meghan were wed, you have this prolonged one-sided war where Kensington Palace is striking out at them every day to make Cain and Unable seem like they're much better people than what they are. And here we don't have to look far to understand how lazy those two are. Lazy. And, I thought about it for all of 2 seconds. Should I tone down my language, seeing that there is illness in the institution? And a voice inside of me said, nah, Now, they didn't tone theirs down when a very vulnerable pregnant woman and her husband were, suffering from this keyboard terrorism, this electronic lynching. At not one single point did anyone say, you know what, I think we should lay off. Never. They didn't say it then, and they won't say it now. And we all know that they have it in for them. So, no, I think I'll just stick with the status quo. I'll just stick with the status quo. Let's see. So, the American Riviera Orchard is morphing into a massive headache for Princess Never Was. Who was that? For Princess Never Was. I know you ain't talking about Rachel Meghan Markle. Anyway, as frenzied fascination, but oh God, this person, such a pretentious writer. As frenzied fascination bubbled around the Mia Princess of Wales, I'm sorry, MIA. Okay, MIA Princess of Wales last month, Meghan unveiled her gleaming, what is that, Krieg lifestyle brand? What? Some suggested Duchess was callously piggybacking off of so called Kate Gate to flog her new jams, spreading spreads and silly bits. Oh, yeah, this is a hatchet job. Others said, I mean, who is they and others? You mean you. And they and others, you mean you. You. Others said they couldn't believe she was so carelessly cooking in a white top. Oh my God, how petty is this? With no apron in the toe curling promo vid. Either way, the timing felt like something of a snub to the Welleses. Um, Facts don't care about feelings. Facts do not care about feelings. Now, it's a fact that yes, she's wearing a white top and she's cooking, but the feelings of Will and Kate are not a factor. We don't care about that. That is not important. Now, I have some very good reasons why they shouldn't delay progressing as a married couple who have, what is it, the humanitarian work at heart. They have their philanthropy, and they also are building family wealth. They are building generational wealth for their family because that wealth is the key to their security. So I, no, no, keep doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing and do it the most. That's all I got to say about it. Do it the most. So this person, is that girl from the Scooby Doo? Is that what's her name from Scooby Doo? Is it Velma? I don't know why she reminds me of Velma from Scooby Doo. Right? I'm getting that Velma energy. Yeah, I'm getting Velma. She's giving me Velma. A very angry, petty Velma. So listen, Velma. You what was it? Sexually ambiguous Velma. Yeah, Velma, we didn't know which team she was playing for. Not that it matters, but it's just that you would think someone playing on both teams would be a little more, shall we say, liberal and considerate. But not this Velma. This Velma is has got it really bad for the Duchess of Sussex. I mean, take a look. Take a look. Okay, you ready? Here goes. Velma? 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 uh, Velma, what are you doing in the? Come out of that closet. Anyway, Velma seems to be a bit circumspect, and I don't even know what that means, but I bet you that's what she is. I think she should mind her business and stay out of grown folks' business. Yeah. Let's see here. Leg says, Chris, a royal flop with a Photoshop. Is it Chris's? What, Crisis? Oh, Crisis, a royal flop with a Photoshop? I'm telling you, that's Velma. Thank you, Legs. Let me see. She writes a similar article for Kate's sister, who was running her no butt behind at the resort for weeks. Oh, you said, did she? Or Kate's wife beating uncle. Yeah. Did she do one for her sister or the wife beating uncle? I doubt it. I doubt it. But then again, they're not popular. They're not popular. Anyway, let me take Velma away from here. So um, here's another one right here. Here's another person who seems to think they have the answer to everything for everybody. So right here it says Meghan Markle asked to work quietly on brand amid royal family stress. Meghan Markle was asked to be aware of royal family crisis amid new brand launch. Meghan Markle was told to be considerate of Kate Middleton ahead of launching her own brand. The Duchess of Sussex is reminded to look for the optics, especially amid the Princess of Wales cancer diagnosis. PR expert Lynn Carat, yeah, Lynn Carat. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm looking at all those R's. Carat and the T to T. So I'm looking at all the R's and the T's. I guess I'm saying it right. Anyway, Lynn Carat asked Meghan is no longer part of the monarchy. She is free to launch her brand whenever she likes. She tells Mirror, however, given Kate's ongoing cancer treatment, it would be wise for Meghan to be sensitive to the timing of her brand launch, considering the public support for Kate worldwide. Lynn added, it might be best for Meghan to work quietly. Shh, work quietly on her brand behind the scenes for now and launch it publicly sometime in the summer when we've received good news about whether Kate and King Charles' health, right? When we receive good news about Kate's and King Charles's health, then it would be wise for her to launch her brand sometime in the summer. So, in the meantime, go ahead and just sit around for a few months and, don't do anything. Try not to get noticed. Don't post anything. Oh man, don't don't rock the boat. I mean, yeah, you're not a working royal, but it would be nice if you dumb yourself down and dim your light just so that we won't upset the sensibility of you know uh, Kate and Charles, especially Kate, because Kate is very fragile and must be protected, right? So surely the fact that you are not receiving public funding, different from Kate Middleton, who is subsidized every single day of her life. This is someone who's never worked a day in her life. Oh, I tell you, what do you say so to someone like Lynn Karat?
Hey, girl, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
That's what you say. Thank you, Nina. You took the words. Oh, let's see. Let me take that away. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me move on here. Oh, there we go. Leg says, do they have any agency over Harry and Meghan? Kick rocks. Here, here. They have no agency. They have no right to tell them what they should and should not do, to whom they should and should not speak to, which awards are appropriate for them to accept. That is none of their business. And as I've said so many times, Harry and Meghan have not stepped one single bit out of the expectations of their station. They are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Harry is a blood-born prince of the realm. Meghan is a married princess. She's married into the family. And as such, they have not done anything to embarrass them. However, having written a book and having spoken out about their feelings, it is nothing more or less than what Fergie has done and what Charles has done. Charles actually, uh, I guess, supervised a book expressing his side of the story. He's even gone on television and done an interview expressing his side of the story. So, as for that, there is a precedence in the family that you are able to express your feelings, right? So they have not stepped afoul of their station. They have not behaved in any way that would bring embarrassment or disrespect the family in any way whatsoever. So, for anyone who's hate listening, I don't care if you disagree with that. It is the truth. They have not put a foot wrong, and they are self sustained. They are standalone structures. They don't need help from that institution, which is probably what bothers them so much. Let me see. Navet's Nunnak says, don't the British pride themselves on keep calm and carry on? Yes, absolutely. Keep calm and carry on. And that's what they should do. They should just be cool and man their business, also known as keep calm and carry on. That's it. They have nothing else they should do. You know, then they always get surprised. They always get surprised when people say that something like this is racist. Well, if you have stood aside and allowed everyone else to do what they want to do, up until the point of branding their titles. They're branding their titles. Meghan is not branding her titles. The only thing this sounds to me is that they are just terrified that it's going to be super successful and that it is going to overshadow. Oh, I almost said something I shouldn't have, but it's going to overshadow that other princess. Um, and they just can't take it. They just can't take it. They want Meghan to dim her light. They want her to quietly, she's been quietly working on it. Why do you think that people got so excited when they saw the Instagram post? A blank Instagram post and that little short video, that very artsy video, and that's it. She hasn't shown anything. She hasn't mentioned it. Not one person has publicly heard her mention um, American Riviera Orchard. Now, y'all already said it's word salad. It sounds stupid. I mean, you said everything offensive. Not this reporter, of course, as an individual, but collectively, that is what we have gotten from the tabloid media. Is they want people to actually rebel against Meghan. They want a bunch of negative comments, and I really do believe that an article like this has the ability to drive the narrative for the derangers and the rest of the royalists, haters, and the Brexiteers and the MAGA people. That's what they want. I think they actually want them to read articles like this and engage in even more slander, especially against Meghan. Because remember, everything about the Sussexes leaving is always Meghan's fault. Anything that they do is Meghan's fault. Whatever decision Harry makes, Meghan told him to do it. So yeah, but that is what they want. They want people to build up hostility against Meghan and her brand. That's why they keep down talking. That's why they keep criticizing every little thing. They expect no one to push back. They don't want anybody to push back. The Times said several sources confirmed that Kate's diagnosis was not shared with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in advance. A family source also told People that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were left out of any details regarding Kate's diagnosis. The source added, there is clearly no trust. Well, if they were left out of it, Lynn Carrot, if they were left out of it, then obviously they knew nothing about this when they were planning. Meghan said very clearly months ago that she was excited about the future rollout, that 2024, they have a lot of work ahead of them. This is a matter of survival for them because, as they say, a person is as a person does. And they work. Those are two hardworking people. And it's up to them to determine when, where, what, and how they go about their business. I mean, this is a bunch of nonsense. It really is a bunch of nonsense. And this Lynn person, as you can see, she got tired of people coming for her, so she started blocking people. She's a reporter, by the way. She started blocking people because she didn't like the fact that she was being called out. And of course, to use her language, there are those who said that what she is asking of Meghan is racist, right? They said that what she's asking from Meghan is racist, that it is being a white supremacist. This is what they say. I looked at the comments that people left on her timeline. On her thread. And they said that this sounds, not that she is, but that it sounds like a white supremacist. Anytime that you insist that a woman of color downplay their abilities, it sounds as though you're afraid that she's going to be successful and that she might prove whatever superiority complex that is had, that is going to prove that that superiority complex is misplaced. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like someone has a bit of a superiority complex. Let me see. I want to see if I can find something. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. I'm trying to find that one where Meghan spoke about their rollout. I'm trying to find the one where Meghan spoke about, oh gosh, it was at that variety thing, right? Oh, is this it? Okay, I think this is it. Nope, that's not it. It's the right one, but no, that's not it. That's not the one I'm looking for. Sorry, you guys. But sometimes I just think of things after the fact. But I just think it should be called out. This person needs to be called out. All of them need to be.
We're so happy to have you here because you are one of our Power of Women honorees. You are one of our alumni. And we're so thrilled because this is a night that is about supporting women and the idea that it's important to do so, especially in the entertainment industry. Why has that been so important for you to have that support and to give that support back?
Oh gosh, I mean, this industry is just so special, and you see how many women use the platform that they have and just channel it for good. And I think as the more we support each other, it just amplifies the work, amplifies our community. I'm just thrilled to be back in it and to be able to sit in this room, be in such good company tonight, and also to focus so much on how it's the crossroads of entertainment meeting philanthropy. So really close to my heart. It's gonna be a fun night.
It's going to be a really good time because it's full of women whose art has inspired us all this year. But I will say, I'm sure you've probably noticed that a certain show, Suits, has become a phenomenon yet again on Netflix. 45 billion minutes have been watched.
Is that right?
45 billion as of this week. We just found out 24 minutes ago that is the number.
Who's counting?
But literally, who's counting? What do you think is behind this renewed love for the show? Why has it become such a phenomenon again?
I have no idea. It was great to work on. Such a great cast and crew. We had a really fun time. I was on it for 7 seasons, so quite a bit. But it's hard to find a show you can binge watch that many episodes of these days, so that could have something to do with it. But good shows are everlasting.
Well, that's what you're doing now. You have now come into Hollywood in a producerial capacity. What is inspiring you? And as you're kind of looking to make these new projects, what is the thing that is, driving the work that you're going to put out into the business?
Things that make people feel, I was going to say good, but it's more than that. Things that make people feel something, right? And feel a sense of community, but we have so many exciting things on this slate. I can't wait until we can announce them, but I'm just really proud of what we're creating. My husband is loving it too. I was going to say good, but it's more than that. Things that make people feel something, right? And feel a sense of community, but we have so many exciting things on this slate. I can't wait until something, right? And feel a sense of community, but we have so many exciting things on this slate. I can't, right? And feel a sense of community, but we have so many exciting things on this slate. I can't wait until we can announce them, but I'm just really proud of what we're creating, right? And feel a sense of community, but we have so many exciting things on this slate. I can't wait until we can announce them, but I'm just really proud of what we're creating. My husband is loving it too. It's really fun.
We're here anytime you want to make those announcements.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Like I said, Meghan mentioned that months ago. She mentioned that there's a lot of things coming down the pike. And they have plans for 2024. And we're not going to allow this type of rhetoric to throw the monkey wrench in there. That's just not going to happen. Berta Sanchez, hi Berta Sanchez. This woman has lost her. See there, they're making Berta Sanchez cuss. Her last darn mind. Our Princess Meghan ain't going to wait on nobody. Meghan is a grown woman. The nerves of these fools. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to shout them down. This article has been, well, not this article, but the other one has been very prominent on their website all day because they want, it's as though it's not just an article. Don't get it wrong. This is instructions. This is an instruction from whoever this Kennedy person. This is a finger waving in Meghan's face to tell her, don't forget your place. And that's what it is. That's what's so triggering about it. It's not just a typical article that is asking a question. What it is it's demanding that she remember her place. Don't step out of place. Islander Jen says, if the British media can convert their audacity into money, the UK would fix their housing crisis and fix their economy. Hear, 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 hear. Thank you, Islander girl. Jen, I agree with you 100. I agree with you 100. See, I listened to Meghan when she gave that interview, that red carpet interview. And at the time, I remember she said that she can't wait to talk about the things that are coming. Now, people are going to get sick and people will die, but life goes on. Life goes on. And especially where, one of the things that I admire so much about Jacqueline Kennedy Jacqueline Kennedy actually insists that, oh gosh, I forgot whose birthday it was, but days after John F. Kennedy died, they had a birthday party because she didn't want the kids to have to sacrifice their childhood because of an assassin. So the birthday party continued. So why should someone put off their career? If if a poor person, a working poor, a poor person, whatever someone struggling financially would have to do for money, um, if they have to take care of their family, you don't get to mourn like everyone else. You don't get to take months off. You know, how come this lady don't write an article about how the queen was walking around like Moses with her staff and her thy rod and staff when she was suffering from bone cancer? And Kate, who was supposedly skipping out of a farmer's market, is going won't be seen for the rest of this year. She won't be seen for the rest of this year. We will not see her for the rest of this year. I promise you that. Do not be surprised. Well, I can't say for certain, but don't be surprised if we don't see Kate for the rest of the year. She's out of here. She's out of here. We are not likely to see her for the rest of 2024. And they're worried about Meghan going to work. Work continues. They got a family. They have generational wealth. Where's my beloved Jackie? Where is she? There she is. There she is. Just as regal, just as royal and regal as anyone who's ever called themselves a Windsor. Even though she had just lost her husband, they continued with the birthday party. Right? So that's character. That is character. And who said stiff upper lip? Yeah, stiff upper lip. Where's that stiff upper lip? Blue draws 2 months membership. So happy to be able to support the Sussex family with fellow squatties. Baron, thank you for your hard work and support of this community. You are quite welcome. Thank you very much. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Yeah, these people, they got, I mean, the caucasity of it. The caucasity of it. Joyce Bowles says Meghan and Harry have been dealing with this stuff in the UK media for the past 6 years. They know what to do. Why should they stop their work for Kate and Charles? Life goes on. Work goes on. Exactly. You know, it's just like that guy was saying when he said so. Anyway, he was talking to Rachel Johnson, Boris Johnson's sister, and he was like, yeah, you know, it's too bad about all of this stuff, but you know, at least she doesn't have to wait in line with the NHS. At least she's not in line queuing like everyone else. She can go directly into a hospital and into a bed. That's not the reality for most people. And see, all of this pampering and worrying about Kate's feelings, the Queen never stopped doing anything. This whole thing with William and Kate taking all this time off is a bunch of BS. The Queen and Philip worked no matter what. No matter what. They had all of the comforts that anybody could possibly want, but they worked. They didn't call off. Oh, well, that was the day we found out about Kate's cancer. Number one, I don't believe that. You said at the time that it had nothing to do with Kate. Well, which is it? Either you lied or it was Kate's cancer that William didn't go to that service. But if it was anybody else in the family, they would have continued. Even the mother-in-law with the racist brooch. And the father-in-law, even they went to the church service. Yes, I could understand the wife not going, but they continued. And that was his son-in-law. But for William and Kate, everybody's got to stop doing things. Make that make sense. It's just unbelievable the audacity of it all. Lady T says, how many times do we have to tell these British media and royal family folks to kiss something? They need to really pucker up on this one. They can kiss Princess Meghan's royal behind. Absolutely. Yep, pucker up. And there's Meghan, minding her own business. And you know what? I didn't realize that this was one of those cape dresses. Now, y'all know when Meghan wears a cape, she means business. Y'all know when she has her cape, she means business. And they're taking care of the business. You know, people have been so hypercritical about them. But we that support them, I tell you what, you guys, don't stop pushing back. You know, don't get personal. Don't threaten anybody. But, you know, I think it makes sense to just point these things out because there are people that's new to the squad. And even though it seems like this is grating on my nerves and that I should not answer to these things, um, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you really do need to push back. Because if you don't, just like the people that have gone onto their timeline on the social media, going into the thread on their social media, when people read their Twitter or their Instagram or whatever way they share it, in those comments, you will find that there are people that are calling them out, people that are exposing their hypocrisy. Well, that is the battleground. That is the only way to push back. The only legal way to push back is to meet them on the battlefield. And that is why social media is so powerful. This is why they want to get rid of TikTok. Because whereas before they could say or do whatever they want and there was no answer to it. Now there's answers. Now there's pushback. Now they're being exposed as hypocrites. That's why we keep receipts. That's exactly why. Do you remember recently when one of those reporters was saying, leave Kate alone. This is abusive. This is bullying. And of course, without hesitation, one of the squaddies found a receipt. The same reporter that said that Meghan doesn't have a right to privacy. We pay, you pose. We pay, you pose. Now, who pushed back against that? Which amongst that woman's peers, who within the editorial department stopped that article from going out? Who stopped it? Nobody. Because it was an instruction to Meghan, telling her what to or what not to do. And so that very same reporter was called out and they filled up her timeline. But she didn't have any problem saying that to the black woman. But when it came to the white woman, everybody has to stop doing what they're doing. Is this like some kind of safari movie where everybody's trying to save Jane? You're wrestling with a tiger to save Jane. You're chasing off the natives to save Jane. And there's Jane, not a hair out of place, not a single stain on her outfit, because she's protected. She's coddled. Black women have feelings too. They have dreams. They have desires. How dare you try to take that away from them? And the whole point of this is to build up hostility against Meghan and against her products. Anything that she wants to do, they're afraid because their standard bearer has vanished. Their standard bearer, their golden oxen, has vanished. Right? The golden oxen, if I'm not sounding too biblical, has vanished. She's gone and probably won't be seen for the rest of the year. And so for that, they want Meghan to put on a burqa, put on that burqa and hide yourself. Divert your eyes away from other people. Don't look anybody in the eye. Stick to in the shadows. Don't do anything. That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. I am outraged by this. I am truly outraged by it. It absolutely is infuriating. That's what it is. I'm outraged by it. John Garcia says, Baron haters never expected to find Sussex squad. That's right. That's right. That's right. If it wasn't for the Sussex squad, I tell you, it would have been a horrific tragedy by now. Yep. And Pippa's on the beach. Everybody went to the Formula One car races. The Tyndalls, Mike and Zara the tongue ring Tyndall, they're all over the place smooching and hugging and loving all on each other. Everybody's doing their thing. But Harry and Meghan, they have to be very quiet about it. Don't be so obvious. And then take a look at that balcony. Take a look at the balcony. The average age of some of those people, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the young ones. I'm talking about the older ones. The average age. Let's go from left to right. The Duke of Gloucester, old. Duchess of Gloucester, old. Princess Alexandra, old. Duke of Kent, ancient. Princess Anne, not a factor. She's going to live to be 100. Timothy Lawrence, not a factor. Queen Camilla, the Queen Consort, old and sickly. Old chain smoker, whiskey drinking, chain smoking. Oh, I'm going to be nice. And Charles, sick. And now Kate's sick. So I've just gone through that front row right there. I haven't even got to William. I suppose he's going to be okay. Although we think he may have some vices that might cause him to shorten his life. And then there's Sophie. She's probably the healthiest one out of everybody I just mentioned. Oh, I take that back because Sophie used to. Yeah. Sophie may have met Uncle Gary before. Never mind. And then, of course, Prince Edward, the Prince Consort. No, I'm sorry, the Prince. What am I saying? Her, Edward, looks terrible. So my point is, if you sweep your eyes from left to right, there's going to be a funeral soon. There's going to be a funeral soon. So when that happens, that'll be yet another period of time of mourning in that family where people are going to look to Harry and Meghan and say, what are you doing? Yes, I know so and so's at the beach, but what are you doing? You're not going on with your life, are you? Oh, no, you can't do that. You're too popular. I have whiplash. They didn't say that if Harry and Meghan were around, they would be able to shine with wank down and out. I guess they were lying. Photoshop. Here, here, legs. Thank you very much. There's going to be funerals. There's going to be funerals. And they're going to expect them to delay their lives for those people up there, none of whom have come forward to give support to Harry and Meghan in the wake of all of these attacks from the tabloid media. Which one of them have come forward to give any words of support to Harry and Meghan during the worst of it? Which one of them? None of them. Not now one. Not now one. Not now. Let's see. Cena Young. Oh, wow. Just became a member of Royal Sussex. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for being the newest member of Royal Sussex. Yes, relics, ancient fossilized relics. I feel like I'm looking at the petrified forest. Old. There's going to be a funeral. They're not in the best of shape. They're not in the best of shape. There's some people that have partied in the day and still probably at the party now. So, yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking about something else that might be wrong with one of them, but I'm not going to go there. But maybe they should. Remember that time JJ went to that clinic and everybody was there for one thing, and he up there talking about he had a stomach ache. I wonder how many of them got a stomach ache. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how many of them have had their stomach ache cured with a shot of penicillin. That's all. And then there's this balcony. This is why they want them to dim their light ever since this night while they were on the Oceania tour. They have been about to drop a deuce, worried about Harry and Meghan's success, worried about the fact that people love them. They've always loved Harry. And of course, Meghan had her own fan base, if you will. People who loved and admired her then and love her that much more now. They're a golden couple, right? The sun rises. When I wake up in the morning and I see the sun is out, I'm like, ooh, Harry and Meghan must be up, right? Yeah, that scene took them out. They couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand it. And every time they go somewhere, like when they went to Jamaica, I was just talking about that with someone today. They went to Jamaica and there they spent time with Rita Marley. I mean, that is like the royal family of Jamaica, right? The Queen of Jamaica. They're with the Queen, Rita. And as close as those other two got was a statue. They got close enough to a statue, and that's it. But those people love and respect Harry. And at first, there were some murmurs about the fact that Harry's coming to Jamaica. But I think that I speak for a lot of people in Jamaica that thinks he's all right. They thinks he's all right. They feel like they are close to his mother when they're close to him. I mean, everybody saw how they were received when they went to that movie premiere. That was a great way to pay respect to an icon of the country That was a nice touch. It was a nice touch. And yes, I know that part of it was to create buzz about the movie, but it was appropriate. They could have asked a lot of people to come to Jamaica for that movie premiere. There were a lot of people, and they would have been glad to go. But Harry and Meghan were the best possible people to go to Jamaica at that time. They were the best possible people to go. And it was a win for everyone involved. Now, this right here, they had an article asking whether Meghan delayed releasing information, releasing photos about her visit to the Children's Hospital. Apparently, Meghan went on the 21st. Kate spoke about her situation on the 22nd. And as they said, if we are to follow the magazine article, there was no way that Harry and Meghan was privileged to any information about Kate. None. Isn't that what they said? That they were completely left out of the loop. The Times said several sources confirmed that Kate's diagnosis was not shared with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in advance. A family source also told People that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were left out of any details regarding Kate's diagnosis. That being the case, then there was no reason whatsoever that Meghan should have delayed that visit. Now, the fact that it was not known immediately, I cannot speak to that. I cannot speak to that. Whether it was the hospital's decision, whether it was the Sussex's decision, whether it was solely Meghan's decision. But what they really should be scratching their heads and asking themselves is, how could something like this have happened and we are just now hearing about it? There are no leaks in Montecito. That's how. As a matter of fact, as if you recall, they were saying that the Sussexes were crazy. How are you escaping the paparazzi? How are you escaping the tabloids by moving to LA? That has got to be the worst place in the world that you could go. And yet, like a couple of ninjas, Harry and Meghan have moved about unnoticed. Nobody has ratted them out. It is so rare that images of them are being released any sooner than they expected to. If they say hang on to it, they hang on to it. Not bad for America. Not bad. It makes me very proud. It makes me very proud knowing that they came to the U.S., that they've settled into their house, kids got school, all of that stuff, and yet there's no leaks. And as much as there are laws and favors that protect the rest of that family, the fact that people love the Sussexes is all the protection that it takes for Meghan to go to the Children's Hospital. There were Polaroids. There were Polaroids that people could have shared. The families didn't talk. The nurses didn't talk. Nobody talked. Whatever film crew, no one spoke. All for the sake of protecting the Sussexes, for protecting them from the hostility that evolves from them doing what the rest of the family is doing, going about their business. All they do is go about their business, and it's a federal case. They're vilified for just being, whereas the rest of them can go to the beach and show their little flat behind. They can go to the Formula One. They do whatever they want to do. They could give dog food to reporters. They do whatever they want to do, and there's no criticism. And I mean to tell you, Meghan has caused quite a headache amongst those derangers. They are just livid. They are livid. I mean, every little criticism you could think of, every accusation you could imagine has been made because Meghan went to go and visit those kids. Who does she think she is? Had she done this before? All of that kind of stuff. Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure she was invited. I'm pretty sure she was invited. I mean, take a look at this. There's a lot of people, and nobody spoke. Nobody said a word. Because it wasn't about that. It was about the children. It was about the children. It wasn't about trying to bring somebody down or even lift someone up. It's about the children. Those are the only ones involved in this that were the focus and needed uplifting. And of course, the fundraising to support their journey. They're just jealous. Look at all these nurses. I'm pretty sure somebody's got an Instagram, right? Somebody's got a Snapchat, and nothing. It didn't dawn on them that they should cash in, right? They kept it in-house until that time. So there you go. Duchess Meghan surprised patients at Children's Hospital with an intimate storybook session. She wore a pretty springtime look for the occasion. Let me see, which magazine was that? Oh, I forgot. I think it was Harper's Bazaar, maybe? Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. No, I got it. Okay. So the Duchess of Sussex visited the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles on March the 21st, where she led a literally healing session. Children were laughing and singing as the Duchess turned into character with every page as she read patients' favorite books, like Rosie the Riveter, Pete the Cat, and I Saw a Cat. According to a statement, Meghan also helped children with STEAM activities. What is STEAM activities? Someone told me and I forgot. Connected to each book. In a video of the visit, Meghan greeted the children as they gathered for the engaging reading time, excitedly showing the cover of Rosie Revere, engineer, and telling the group, "This is one of my favorites." Duh, there you go. Good time to be had by all. Okay. Sean is here. Hey, Sean. Where did I see you? Wow, this is moving fast. Anyway, greetings. Thank you so much for being here. Just wanted to say hi. Yeah, let me see. Judy Bazell says, Baron, not even the children spoke about it. Everything is safe around the Sussexes. No leaks in Montecito. Love it. No leaks. Let me see. Ultimate Inspiration says this was what Meghan did before meeting Harry. Yes, Meghan did this stuff before meeting Harry. Absolutely. And that should never be forgotten. Meghan was doing this stuff before she met Harry. Okay. And look. Access Hollywood, Miami Herald, ET, Extra TV. You know, they just are afraid that anything as positive as this, anything that puts on full display Meghan's humanity and love for all people, that is not the side of Meghan that they want people to know. They have created some media monster that they can put on display in their articles, and with their hatred they have created some kind of characterization of Meghan that certainly never has existed and never will, but is part of the hate campaign. And I tell you, anybody who needs to see Meghan being bullied and harassed just so that they can lift themselves up, just so that they could be, and this is why I am still a little bit I'm still in my feelings about Kate, because nobody benefited greater than Kate Middleton from this abuse that Meghan has suffered. And yet Kate Middleton hasn't done anything to push back, to speak out, to do anything to try to lessen this hostility. But instead, she mocks Meghan by wearing the same outfits days after Meghan wears it. That's abuse. That's an abuser. And I don't care what anybody says, I'm sorry that she has reported her cancer diagnosis, but she's a bully. She's a bully and a tyrant, and full of hate and hostility for a Black woman. And I can never forgive her for that, ever. I will never forgive her for that. What she did was an act of hostility. It was brutal. Whether knowingly doing it for her own kicks or doing it because someone at the palace was trying to make Meghan disappear. That's why I told you guys, all of that wearing the same outfit is to create a blurred line between the two of them, so that instead of associating Meghan's brand with Meghan, you will associate Meghan's brand with Kate. Anytime you search for Meghan, Kate pops up. That is deliberate. That is deliberate. They did that on purpose. And the people that work in Kensington Palace knew that would happen. So here you go, Kate, wear this camel coat. Here you go, Kate, wear a white suit. Yeah, your white power suit. Yeah, I know it's ironic, but wear it anyway. Here you go, Kate, wear this blue dress. That's abusive. That is abusive. That is striking out from a distance. And it was all done deliberately. And I'll never, ever forgive either of those two for that. Ever. I don't care what happens to either one of them. I still would never forgive them for that. Not Kate or William. They are terrible people, awful people. Let's see. Raffaella Bertoni, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Yeah, I'm sorry, derangers, hate listeners, but I will never forgive the two of them, ever. They're awful people. Go back and say I said so. Oh, got a soundbite for you guys. This is one of the reporters. One of the reports from, what is that? KTLA? Yes, KTLA. Leg says, having had cancer doesn't absolve people of sin. Exactly. Thank you so much, Legs. I agree. I agree. I'm with you with that one. It doesn't mean that that person is nice. Look at Rush Limbaugh. Remember, Rush Limbaugh got sick, and he told people, he said, "Don't think that this means that I'm a changed person." That's what Rush Limbaugh said. Rush Limbaugh said, "Don't believe for 1 second that I'm a changed person." Racist Rush Limbaugh said that, and he did not change. He was just as vitriolic. And this is the Rush Limbaugh who was allegedly was getting his maid to go buy painkillers for him because he had exhausted every doctor in town. And that Rush Limbaugh was the one who supported things like Three Strikes You're Out. You see, you can be rich and be a drug addict, but you can't be poor and be a drug addict. You can be rich and break laws associated with drugs, right? But you can't be a poor person. And he didn't see the hypocrisy or the irony. He just said, "Well, yes, I'm sick. I have cancer. And don't think that I'm a changed person because I'm not." That's what Rush Limbaugh said. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Pullover Girl, you know what? We know why he couldn't feel it. Whatever symptoms he had, we know why he couldn't feel it. He didn't feel the symptoms because, well, he was very well fortified. There was no way he could feel those symptoms. How could you in the state he was in? He even had his housekeeper going to doctors so he could get what he wanted. His housekeeper. That's breaking the law, ain't it? Not as far as he was concerned.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles recently had a very special guest for Storytime. That night, as Rosie lay wide-eyed in bed, a daring idea crept into her head. Duchess Meghan Markle read her favorite stories to kids a couple of weeks ago. Their eyes lit up as she read books including Pete the Cat and His Four Groovy Buttons and Rosie Revere Engineer. Markle also spent time with the patients coloring, problem solving, and teaching them to count. The rare public appearance was part of the hospital's Make March Matter campaign.
There you go. So that was their local report, one of several, I'm sure. But I'm telling you all, I don't know what it is about can you quietly, yeah, that did bother me. How dare they? She's been told that she should quietly. Told by whom? Who's telling her what to do? Who said reading books for children was a royal style event? What is a royal style event? Right? Well, that is what one of the squaddies asked the question. Anyway, there's Michelle Obama. I think, is that Usher? That's the what's her name? Ryder, whatever her name is. Gardner. Yeah, Gardner. $1 million baby girl. Let me see who else. Oh, is that Megan Fox? No. No, that's hey, can I see her name there? Let me see. Um gosh, her name is at the uh oh yeah, Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato. And there's whatever Gerber and what's that? Kia Algebra? Is that Algebra? Somebody Algebra and Austin Butler and of course Ed Sheeran. So I mean, take a look there. We're in America, and even private citizens that just happen to be celebrities and well-known people have gone to these wards to visit with children. And I'll even say it the British way, in hospital. They went to visit children in hospital. Judy Matassid says, does she realize she has to repent in order to rest in peace? I hope somebody conveys the message to them. I do. I hope somebody conveys the message. But that family, William is going to be head of the Church of England, and he doesn't go to church. Charles is the head of the Church of England, and yet he has brought his adulterous affair right into the heart of the church. So I wouldn't suspect that they know these things. Hello, sister. Oh, now see, UK national news trending, Duchess Meghan. Uh-oh. Oh, therein lies the problem, isn't it? Duchess Meghan trending. That's the problem. Duchess Meghan trending. UK national news. We love you, Meghan. Or British royal family trending. Hospital, Los Angeles. UK national news. Duchess of Sussex. Meghan Markle. Duchess Meghan. Princess Meghan. Uh-oh. And service is universal. I love it. Yeah, that explains it. No wonder they're so upset. No wonder their drawers ain't touching them nowhere. They're so hot and angry, their drawers ain't even touching them. Yep. Their drawers are levitating. Oh, that's Cindy Crawford's daughter. Oh, it's Gia Gerber, not algebra. Oh, okay. Well, if it was algebra, I was about to say, no wonder I couldn't understand it. Meghan Markle looked regal in a cape, floral cape, rather. This was, of course, whatever. Is that women's magazine or whatever? But yeah, she does look regal, resplendent. She does. Elegant, très magnifique. Prego, prego. There you go. And it kind of reminds us of, let's see, the Fab Princess Di visits Harlem Hospital, New York, 1989. Yeah, well, it kind of reminds us of that. And I'm trying to think. Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I'm trying to remember, did Kate ever go to a hospital ward? I'm sure she has. The only difference is she's always surrounded by children, other people's children. So it's hard to know one visit from the next because that's kind of like something she does constantly. Any place where she doesn't have to address a crowd. Yeah, that's right in her wheelhouse. Anyway, you guys, not bad for someone who, let me see, what was that they said? Some rich and exotic DNA, gang scarred home of her mother. Yeah, see there? Harry's girl is almost straight out of Compton. Gang scarred home of her mother revealed. So, will he be dropping by for tea? Uh-huh. What about that one right there? Harry to marry into gangster royalty. Wow. Tacky. And so now that they have discovered that Meghan, and by the way, they knew that when they wrote these articles, but now that it's clear that Meghan is, you know, a pretty ordinary girl that has done some extraordinary things in life, that doesn't matter to them. They wanted to, I guess, appeal to that fear of brown people. fear of minorities. So they wanted to appeal to that. So they wrote these articles, and I don't know if anybody's ever apologized for them. They were embarrassed because 60 Minutes. No, it was CBS Sunday Morning. You see that little sunburst right there? That's where that screenshot comes from. CBS Sunday Morning. They could try to put the genie back in the bottle if they want to. They can try to make people hate Meghan, but the truth is that not only have they exposed that family, that institution, and all of the people that work for them, they have exposed them as being racist. And Americans, and that include a lot of white Americans, because see, the thing that um, I guess a lot of Brits are not clear on, especially these tabloid media people, is that the same way that what's his name went down to Australia. Remember they did the uh, Michael Jackson and the Jackson Five with the blackface on, and he called them out right there on their television. That happens in the U.S. all the time. Yes, there's a lot of racist people here, a lot of racist white people, but there's also a lot of racism that is called out by a lot of white people in this country, and I applaud that. But there's a lot of white people I know that have called out things like this, and so they could write articles like this every day and get away with it because it's the tabloid media, and people don't expect them to do otherwise. But in the U.S., it would not be tolerated. It would not be tolerated. The Star, the Inquirer, the Globe, those are American tabloids. They don't write articles like the Sun and the Daily Mail and the Express and the Mirror. They don't write articles like that. They don't have people working in their uh, institutions, or should I say, in their newsrooms or whatever. They don't have people that casually say these misogynistic, racist things because it's not tolerated. Yes, we have it. We have it. I mean, we have Fox News, and well, we know where that comes from, but it's just not tolerated. I mean, there's certain things that Fox News just won't do or say. And I tell you, I could probably count on one hand how many times I've heard Donald Trump say anything disparaging about Michelle Obama. He don't want that smoke. Okay, Invictus continues. Invictus Games Vancouver. You can see we are super excited to share that our community team will be at Village Expo during the upcoming World Ski and Snowboard Festival in Whistler on April 12th through the 14th. Swing by our booth on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for some awesome activities. Yeah, so it continues. They are still working on this countdown to the games. Let me see what else do we have here. Good luck to everyone on our latest Invictus adventure, founded by the Invictus Games Foundation, competing at the Armed Services Para Snow Sport Championship. The team comes from the Invictus community and features participants from around the world. There you go. So see there, they are still doing their thing. Judy Matassa says, Baron, thank you. You are our sunshine. Keep it up. Judy Matassa, thank you so much. And you guys, listen, when I didn't have any place to go to express my feelings about these things, when I was bending the ear of loved ones, friends, and coworkers, having found this community has done a lot for me. I must admit. So, trust me when I say I get just as much support from you guys probably 100 times more than I could ever give to you. Thank you very much again, Judy Matussin. YM Droid says, don't be surprised if the AI team drops a new Kate video. YM Droid. Now, this is what they have been saying about the AI. And look at there. I have gone an hour and 32 minutes and have not mentioned where is Kate Middleton, but I was going to get around to it. I probably would have anyway. But they're saying that they are trying to find a logical way to explain the Kate on the bench video. They are trying to find a logical way to explain Kate on the bench. So stay tuned for that one. Thank you for your super chat. And thank you for being a member. But they are going to explain that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't create another one. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. There's going to be some sort of enhancement, which is what they said that other videos seem to have been enhanced by AI. But even if they used a green screen, whatever they could actually show still photos from that event. I'm sure that in the planning and the preparation that they likely took some still photos just to make sure that they got the setting correct, right? Or as part of a permanent record. But they won't show that. They're not going to show any still photos. British women should rally behind J.K. Rowling's brave stance against the SNP's new hate crime law, says the Mail's Sarah Vine in the latest episode of YouTube talk show, The Reaction. Well, you know what? I agree. I believe that British women should stand behind J.K. Rowling. And you know what? Looking at them two old broads on the screen does my heart good because, I like J.K. Rowling's and I really love her work. And I'm just glad to see that a couple of old broads like this are doing their part to support her. Sarah Vine and Andrea Pierce. I'm glad to see these ladies are doing their part. And of course, as for Andrew Pierce, what was that they said? He looks like a corroded, a deteriorating 1940s ventriloquist dummy. Yeah, a deteriorating 1940s ventriloquist dummy. Now, whoever made that up, I promise you, that gave me my best day since Christmas. I thought it was just the best description I've ever heard about any of those royal reporters. Yep, the best. Better than me comparing Sarah Vine to Harvey Firestein. Absolutely. But yes, he does look like a 1940s ventriloquist dummy. How apropos. Now let's go on to Balmoral. Balmoral, what could I say? It is an official royal residence. It actually is a personal property of the sovereign. Let's see. The only time that chain was broken, of course, was when Edward the Eighth, was it? Edward the Seventh? When he abdicated, the Balmoral was still his personal property. And the Queen's father had to purchase that from his brother because even though he stepped down from the crown, he did not lose the rights to that property, right? There was a lot of negotiation that went on when he abdicated, and he actually received payment for Balmoral over a period of time. So there's Balmoral. It was purchased by King Albert for Queen Victoria. And even though it looks ancient, it's actually a revival, I guess, Gothic revival castle, whatever you want to call it. But it's not as old as it appears. It is a reimagined, it's almost like Disney or something. It's not really a castle. I mean, it is a castle, but it's not an authentic castle. It's not an ancient fortification. It was never used for defense. It was built like what, back in 1848 or something like that. But anyway, it was the private property of Queen Elizabeth II. Now it is the private property of King Charles III. Charles has decided for the first time in the history of Balmoral to throw open the doors to the public so that anyone and everyone will have a chance to see where the Queen died. Now, I don't know if they lead you right up to the bedroom, but the place is open to the public for the first time. Now, I've heard that the prices are pretty high, £99 to £149 to visit. Yeah, but it's very expensive. I don't know why they don't have like free Tuesdays or free Wednesdays, the least day of the week that they would, I'm sorry, the least visited day of the week. I don't know why they don't have a free day. They really should. I mean, let us not forget that when the Windsor Castle burned down, that the taxpayers had to pay for the rebuilding of Windsor Castle, including a chapel which didn't not exist prior to the fire. And so right there, Richard Palmer says, the king is opening up several rooms of Balmoral Castle to tourists for the first time since the privately owned royal residence in Aberdeenshire was completed it was built in 1855. A private tour will cost £100 to £150 with afternoon tea. Oh, you get some tea with that, huh? Now, see, for £150, even for £100, I would probably take some Ziploc bags so that I can stock up on some things because I'm going to get my 150 worth. I am going to get my 150 worth. I am going to take toilet paper out of the bathroom. I am going to clean that place out for £150. Rest assured. All I can say, if you go to Balmoral Castle with me and you hear something like a burglar alarm, if I was you, fair warning, I would pretend like you don't know me. I would pretend like you don't know me. And if I ask you to hold my bag, don't. Because it's something about 150 pounds would bring out the worst in me. Once the novelty is worn off, I'm cleaning house. Sorry. But yeah. So anyway, that's what's happening with Balmoral. And their off season, well, you know what? To be honest with you guys, I don't know when the public will go and visit Balmoral. Now, Charles lives nearby. Charles has his own place nearby. So for the Highland Games and all the other traditions of the Queen's, now the King's summer in Balmoral, those things can still take place with the sovereign nearby, but he doesn't have to stay at that house. And then, of course, they're not opening every room. And I kind of doubt that Charles really wants to sleep in his mama's room. So, yeah. Could Meghan get a momager? Mama Doria Ragland is getting friendly with Tina Knowles and Kris Jenner, who have formed a new clique in recent months. So, is she set to join their ranks as the Duchess launches her lifestyle brand? Is that all they do is eat, sleep, and drink and think about the Meghan's house lifestyle brand? Duchess of Sussex mother has been moving in very high profile circles in LA in recent months and appears friendly with some powerful figures in the entertainment industry. Let's see. Kate hasn't been seen. This is getting really scary. I feel sorry for her children. She's still trash. Don't get J.K. Rowling say, yeah, didn't J.K. Rowling say something negative about the gay and trans people? Uh, yes, I forgot what it was, but J.K. Rowling had said something to the effect. It was about, and you know what? There's been so much back and forth with that. I don't know who said what, but I think that um, there are some people that have their opinions about what it is and is not to be a woman. And I can see the merits of the argument on both sides. I really do. I can see the argument. I can see the merits of the argument on both sides. So it's very, very touchy. And I do believe that most of this is caused by some right wingers that want to create disorder. Now, hear me out when I say this. Um, I do believe that this is something that was established to cause problems for people on the left or to cause problem for the liberal side of things because there has been trans people forever and they used whatever bathroom that they wanted to use, but it wasn't a problem until it became a thing. And once it became a thing, now it's a problem. It is a way to get people involved in this culture war. Since the abortion issue is fading away, they needed something new. And I think that that's what this is all about. And I hate that it ever happened. I hate that anybody has been forced to choose a side. I liked it better when things were as they were and people went about their business. But now that they have turned it into a thing, it has created so much division among people who otherwise would see an eye to eye. So I guess everyone loses. Yeah. But truthfully, I don't know what she said. I didn't care. I like her work, and I like her work. I like her as a person, although I don't really know her. But I don't have anything against her. Let's see, what's that, Baron? You'd just be taking back your ancestral belongings. That's not really theft, right? Right. We helped build that country. We helped build that country. And when I went to the Victoria and Albert Museum and I went to the British Museum, I was just like, you know what? You know what? Those bronzes should be back with the people in Benin. They should not be here. And get those marbles back to Greece. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Aside from my usual murderers and everything else I say, but yes, thieves is at the top of the list for me as well. But thank you so much for that. So anyway, this thing with Doria is nothing new. The point is, they don't know who Doria knows and who she doesn't know. Doria, Meghan have been out there for most of Doria's life, I think, and all of Meghan's life. So they're California girls. They know people. Meghan uh, is an actress as well as a humanitarian and a philanthropist and an executive producer. And Doria uh, used to do makeup. Doria was a makeup artist at one time, along with the fact that she goes to the yoga classes. She teaches yoga. So, how do we know who she knows? Right? And as someone who has had a spirit of philanthropy for most of her life, We don't know that Doria has never met these people before. We don't know. They don't know, and they are just grasping at straws. They are just making up stuff. Yep, they don't know. You got that right. Some of those sheets go back to Victoria's time, according to Harry. Thank you, Rohini. Let's see here. And of course, there's Doria with Tina No. Again, we don't know. Who knows? Maybe Tina reached out to her, right? Maybe it wasn't the other way around. Maybe Tina reached out to her. Maybe they just ran into each other. And of course, I don't know what occasion this was. What occasion was that? I thought it was a thing, but Doria's wearing something different. So let me see. Oh, it says SoFi Stadium. Uh, but she's wearing something different. Maybe she just had a sweater on top or something like that. But anyway, Victoria Rowell posted a picture with her. Doria knows people. She knows people. They're just jealous and they don't have anything else to write about. So they just pulled this out of their behinds and thought that it seemed clever. But isn't that what they said last summer? Right? Meghan's Kardashian connection. Doria Ragland poses with Kris Jenner and Kim at charity event that also hosted Jeff Bezos in Los Angeles amid the Duchess's $1 million a post social media relaunch. Oh, yeah, that's right. Meghan was supposed to have relaunched her social media last August, right? It is now March. So, why would it be such a surprise to anybody that this has happened? And the fact that would they have felt better if Meghan had launched it in August or November or January? They would still have something to complain about. Yeah, so that's what they were saying then is that somehow they're trying to make connections. We don't know if those people are reaching out to them or not, right? But you know what they say, money keeps money. And when you got money, you hang around other people with money. There's nothing wrong with that. And of course, let us not forget this one. Oprah and Meghan Markle's mom bonded over yoga and fruit ahead of the royal wedding and are now basically BFFs. So notice they had to say basically because they don't know for sure, but they're definitely trying to send the message that they are best of friends now. Do you remember when what's her name got fired from MSNBC and Joy Reid spoke about sisterhood and in particular about how black women move amongst each other. When you are in certain spaces and you find yourself the only other black person, then of course you have a lot in common. I mean, these are women that grew out of a very similar experience, the African American experience. African American history is American history. And so it would stand to reason that they would have a lot in common. And again, we don't know whether or not they met before. Okay? We don't know that. We don't know when Meghan met Oprah. We don't know when Doria met Oprah. We don't know. But LA is a very big town, and in some ways, it's a very small town. And when you are part of certain communities, like the entertainment community, and because, Meghan has been on a television show set since childhood, of course, people. Meghan writes letters to people all the time. I wonder if Doria does the same. Is Doria a letter writer? Does she keep up with people? Do people keep up with her? So they're just reaching. They are just reaching. But the point is, Doria's living her best life, and they just can't stand the fact that somebody with twisted braids or dreads or and a nose ring can be in these spaces. That just keeps them up at night. Peasants. That's all I could say. Peasants. And of course, maybe this was part of Meghan and Doria's plot to take over Hollywood. Yeah, that's it. Although I can say 100% for sure this time that it was Anthony, what is it, Anthony Andrews? It was his mother that asked Doria for the phone number. It wasn't the other way around, because he said that his mother had said, I'm going to ask her for her phone number. And he said, Ma, we can't just be asking people for their phone numbers like that. I'm going to ask her for a number. Do you all remember that? So I know for sure. I mean, there's a certain connection because of growing up in that very similar experience. It would be no different for anyone else. If you're an Italian American, Irish American, Vietnamese American, whatever hyphenation you have with your ancestral background, it's no different from that. So it's like they say, home is home. And that's just how it is. And if you have a connection, and of course, if you're an expat and you live in another country, well, if you find out that that person is also from the state of Montana or from New York City, and you all find out you grew up in the same neighborhood or lived close by each other, then right there you have a brotherhood or a sisterhood. And here we just have a soul sisterhood. So that's all. Meghan, Harry, Doria, they have that in common. People just gravitate to their kindness, their wisdom, their inner spirit. People gravitate to them. And just because the rest of those people are so standoffish and suspicious of everything and everybody, don't be hating on them. Anthony Anderson? Oh, thank you, Anthony Anderson. I always call him Andrews. It's Anthony Anderson. Mama, you can't be asking people for their number. You don't even know them people. You can't be asking for their number. But look at them. I mean, they're getting along just like they've been knowing each other their whole lives, sharing the laugh and everything. And that just bothers them. Gosh, I hate jealous people. Bylines investigators done it again. Princess Diana's phone pest story linked both Rupert Murdoch and hoghead Piers Morgan to the criminal media nexus of police corruption. So if you guys like, I will do one of my short videos about this so that you can get all the dirt. I will do that. So I may have that as soon as tomorrow, but look forward to it. I will do one of my shorts videos for this. So, and then we can talk about it tomorrow if you like. I hope you all watched Royal Duchess. I hope you all watch Royal Duchess. I love this video. And as I said before, if you have been trying to explain certain things to people, especially if there's someone that's new to the Sussex Squad, do make sure you share Royal Duchess. She did a wonderful video for the the coronation. I mean, she just does some really great awesome videos, and they encapsulate all of the information that you need to know, touching on so many topics all in the same hour that I am just like incredibly impressed. So, that's interesting. But let me see. So, yes, make sure you do check it out. It was great. And I mean, you'll probably even want to watch it a second time just to make sure you don't miss anything. But I'm going to put the link at the top of the chat so that you all can find it if you haven't seen it. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. And while you're there, make sure that you do like and subscribe so that you can support, because she only does like maybe one video a month. And if we can flood some new subscribers in there, we'll get more videos. There we go. There's the link. Oh, Lydia has it already. Okay, let me put that at the top of the chat. There we go. So it's at the top of the chat. Make sure that you like and subscribe and share it. Share it with anybody who you're trying to explain the whole Kate Middleton thing. I have tried to explain it to people, and I got a little long-winded. That's a surprise, ain't it? I got a little long-winded, but I think it's very informative and very helpful. So do make sure you check it out. And and this someone posted that on the Twitter today, on the X, whatever it is, X. They posted that today. Oh, and lastly, if standing up for yourself burns a bridge, I have matches. We ride at midnight. And we'll let that be the last word for today. So yes, if burning bridges because you're standing up for yourself, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, was that it? Yes, that was it. So that's the last of it. 1 hour, 59 minutes, 29 seconds. I thought that we could do it in an hour, but I got outraged. What could I say? Baldy locks and the 3 hairs potato. TCC son, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so we're done. Why did I just do that? Sorry about that. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on Royal Sussex. And as always, thanks to the Mod Squad for keeping this a safe space. And of course, whenever you see our queens, it's time to go, and you know what I mean. And that's that. Yeah, I heard Dan Wooten is gunning for us. He is gunning for us. He who is not allowed to have a YouTube channel is after us. Well, you know what they say, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? Or in this case, if Dan Wooten falls off of his nighttime slot on GBN television news and he hits the floor and he has been dragged out of the studio, if there's nobody there to watch it, does it make a sound? Or if Dan Wooten loses his job on GB News and he appears on some off-the-wall platform because he's not welcome on YouTube and nobody wants him on television, does he make a sound? I can't hear him. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard him say the Sausage Squad in quite some times. The way he says that, it sounds like he just got out of prison, doesn't it? The Sausage Squad. Yeah, he's looking for a sausage squad, all right. All right. All right. Love you guys. I will see you all next time. As always, thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And let us end with the Madam Duchess today. I feel like a Madam Duchess today. No bad energy.